Welcome, friends, to another episode of Blossoms and Bourbon. My name is Mark. I'm the owner here at Creative Occasions. Pleasure to have you in my workroom, and I appreciate you joining us again tonight. We are going to have kind of a fun, very girly, feminine arrangement that we're going to work on tonight, but also we're going to start off with some tasting. As you know, the tradition here is to do a little bourbon tasting. Tonight's selection is Basil Hayden Toast. I've really kind of gotten into these toasted, kind of smoky flavors that are coming out in bourbons. I don't like, you can buy liquid smoke and put that in food and kind of have that smoky essence in food. I do not like that. I think it gets to be too much. But honestly, this I'm really enjoying. Basil Hayden actually comes from the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. And I'm not sure I realized that, honestly, that it was affiliated with Jim Beam. Interesting about this particular bourbon is that in the mash bill, there's corn, there's malted barley, which you would expect, but they took out the rye and instead used brown rice. So the brown rice is going to give this a little bit sweeter element, a little bit sweeter taste, and not have quite as much of that spice as comes typically from the rye. So, beautiful color. It's a little bit lighter than some of the darker ambery caramel ones that I tend to like, but still a beautiful color. And yeah, you don't get a lot of that spicy element. You can get a little bit of like a toasted oak, a little bit of sort of dried fruit. Let's go in for a taste. Yeah, it's nice. In full disclosure, I've had this before. Really like it. I think it was my friend Anthony's house, and he had bought some, and we tried it there. Definitely the vanilla, definitely a little note of that toasted oak, which is, of course, where the name comes from. It is a very light sort of feel in your mouth. It's really, really very nice. One of those would be great to sit around a fire and sip. We're going to use a tote to make this arrangement, this kind of girly arrangement. You can perhaps see from the camera up above me or the one in front of me that this is almost like a wax-coated paper that this is made out of. You'll find that these totes are waterproof, and that's helped also by this plastic sheet that looks like regular paper that we're just going to tuck down inside the tote. And then once you get it in the place that you want, you can see that the paper comes up all the way around the edge. You would take your piece of soaked foam, and we use foam because of the weight in this. We want this to be a little bit stable if we were using this for a party or a centerpiece. I think the weight would be helpful also for delivery. And then the soaked foam just tucks right down inside. So what you're left with then is this. I did choose this. That comes in, I think, 3 different colorways. These are available on Amazon, and so I will put a link in the description. It's an affiliate link, so I do get a small commission if you choose to purchase something, but these are super cool. I think the quantity is fairly large, so it may be that you would want to go in with a friend, and buy some. It would be great if you're doing a party, and that's kind of where I was in my head with this. This would be a really fun party for a lady friend who's turning 40 or 50 or even 60 or 70. But a lot of fun for someone who's a girly girl and who enjoys and appreciates fashion. All right, so we're going to start out with a hydrangea, cut at an angle down into the foam. I want to tuck that in low because A, I want this end of the stem to be close to the water source, and B, I want that to kind of serve as a background for the mechanic for the rest of the arrangement. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about with the waterproofing of this, I'm going to go ahead and put some water in here, and you'll be able to see that through the course of working on this, nothing's going to leak out of there. We do have this design on our website, and we use it for delivery throughout the area. I'm going to take some little bits of astilbe that I had, this beautiful pink astilbe. It's kind of sweet and feathery. Makes for a nice kind of soft background in the arrangement. Ultimately, I would like this to be facing down just a little bit so that we're able to see those pretty flowers that are in the tote. I love astilbe. It's one of those flowers that really doesn't have a great vase life in terms of how long it lasts, but it's super pretty, and especially in a case like this for something that's feminine, it's soft and feathery. It's really beautiful. Some beautiful standard carnations in this great hot pink color. I'm imagining that the colorway for this party would be black, white, and hot pink. Really getting to that, the essence of the girly girl, right? If you're somebody who likes girly girl things or roses or whatever it is, hit that like button and tell me what that is in the comments. What is your favorite girly girl thing? Do you like the tote arrangement? Would you like another style for your landmark birthday? And then please remember to subscribe to our videos and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of new content. All right, so another little fun thing that we did to make this kind of girly and a little glitzy was we put these little gems, just a little crystal in the center of the Gerber daisy. And we did that, of course, with our friend, the sticky dot. Let me just show you how easy that is. All right, here's the gem that we're going to use. It's just a flat kind of rhinestone. I cut the sticky dots in half because you really don't need a whole sticky dot for this application. The tab comes off the back. We're gonna apply it to the back of the rhinestone. Peel off the backing. So now the sticky part is on the gem. And we're just gonna pop that right into the center of the flower, where it's gonna stay nice and secure and be kind of a fun accent for this arrangement and for the party. Even if these are centerpieces on guest tables, so there are people sitting around them, I do think it's important to have just a little bit of height in something like this, and I really personally like that. So I'm gonna leave that Gerber hanging up there a little bit taller. Let's also do some of this beautiful campanula or Canterbury bells. Isn't that pretty? These are from a local farm in Boone's Mill area, I believe, called Simply Daisies. They are great to work with. They have beautiful product. And if you have a farmer's market in your area, please go check it out, because very often you'll find the flower farmers are there selling their flowers, and you'll have access to some beautiful things like this. For some reason, I'm reminded of the movie Steel Magnolias with all this pink. I don't remember the exact, what are those words that they used? You guys help me out with that. Blush and bashful, and I don't know, the specific colors that she was using for the wedding. All right, a little more greenery to kind of break this up a little bit. As I often do with Florida ruscas, I'm gonna section it off a little bit so that we get the more use out of this one stem. We'll tuck those in for some coverage on the mechanics. Did you notice I wore a hot pink shirt too? That good? It's like a theme, right? I think that little bit of greenery in there kind of helps break up all the pink, all the white. So it creates a little bit of a distinction from the container too, which is also helpful. And last but not least, the roses. We got to put in some roses for a girly girl arrangement. This beautiful hot pink variety. You know, I've mentioned to you before, we have the assortment that comes in every week, and it's kind of a Duke's mixture. We never know what we're getting. It's always kind of a surprise, a very pleasant surprise. And this was in this week's mixture. So pretty. All right. Again, because these are going to be on guest tables, they're going to be visible from all the way around. So we want to be sure that we're treating the people on this side of the arrangement as well as we're treating the people on that side. So we got to get some beautiful roses in there too. Those two, this one in particular, had broken in the pack. Never throw those away. Use them. All right, so something else that I've done, let's just look at the camera up above for a second and you can see this, is kind of created this diagonal line. If you notice that from the top, it goes from the front corner to the back corner, and that's where this line extends. But then there's also some height. Thus, this would be a great arrangement on a guest table. It would be beautiful, have some black votive candles or something around it, and it would be awesome and great for a girly birthday party. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to like and subscribe to the videos. That's super helpful to us. Watch for affiliate links for some of the products that we've used so that you can have those, and try your hand at it at home too. And share photos. We would love to see your work and see what you're up to. And so until next time, cheers to you and to flowers every day. Thanks so much for joining us.